I'm going live. Hi, ladies. Hello, hello.
Hi. Here we are.
So the joys of live. Sometimes there's a little bit of a technical issue. So
joys or something else.
Yeah.
Nightmares. You were just texting today. You had a live related. And
I think I jinxed us. I'm sorry.
I'm living it. Hello, everyone.
Hello. So technically, we're not really late because we didn't do the countdown. So
yeah, we're right on time.
We're right on time. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. So we had a little bit of a stressful episode, so we're going to try to just like breathe and relax. Let's say hello to everybody.
Hello,
Sandra.
Andy.
Hey.
Hello.
Well, Fridays. Yes, who doesn't, right?
Oh,
we
yeah.
want them as well. Hi, Anne.
Hi, Anne.
It's moving so fast.
So also thank you to all of you who sent us stars on Facebook last week, but even so for supporting us on our template platform now that we are using, coffee.com.
Coffee.com.
Amber released her filigree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And today Marlene has something special prepared, I think.
Yeah, so we each have, did you put it at $2, Amber?
I did. I put all of my templates today are $2. And I'm going to keep it that way for the next 24 hours because last week you'd mentioned that some people can't get to the live in time. So they'll all be $2 through tomorrow.
And Han has her,
I have a template of 5 actually. 5.
Amazing.
5 templates for the soccer ball, baseball, basketball, tennis ball, volleyball, and they are all available on coffee.com. I have to, however, I kept the price a little higher because it's 5 templates. But
yeah, that makes sense.
I was thinking of lowering it to $5 for the duration of 24 hours, but it's still at 8. So I'm going to just, excuse me for 1 minute.
Okay.
As I'm going to update it.
Those tennis ball cookies are so cool. I love the texture.
So here, I'm just going to quickly mention I have a live class if anybody's interested to come and hang out and we can, decorate cookies and have a little visit. So live class on May 1st, just in time for Mother's Day. So you'll be able to make them with, the class and then either eat them yourself or give them to your mom, whatever you decide to do. And the Ko-fi link was there. I think I have a ticker version.
I'm back.
Here's the link. And so on mine today, it's animal print. For those of you that are, so inclined, I thought it would be cute for my purse video that I just did.
Those are really cool. If you haven't seen those, those are really cool.
So that's
my favorite that's Chihuahua, right? The dog.
That's the Chihuahua in the purse.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
And that's in my little coffee shop. So if you want to go check that out. And so that's it. So do I start?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
We'll start. So here, let me put my camera on and we'll do the dance. I think it's this button. There we go. Oh, I'm a little bit too close. There we go. So there is, it's a leopard print, but mirrored. I was looking at bags, and this is a fun project, the purses, because not all of us obviously are fashion designers, but it's kind of a fun way to channel your inner designer. Oh, why did it stop? Here, let me press it 2 times. And so you can channel your inner kind of, you can do the colors you like, or maybe if you're good at making stencils, you could do, some of the Fendi and all that. It's like their initial. You could do your mom's initial, or you could do so many different patterns. And so here's the little matching shoe to go with the bag.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool.
I remember you had made these for me a while ago. Remember the shoe you did? I got the shoe years ago, maybe I don't know.
A long time ago. A long time ago.
A long time ago?
Yeah, so that's the other thing I wanted to mention in the coffee shop for it's just listed there. If you're interested, you can get the supply list for where you can get the cutter and this pretty little bow cutter. I have the links to all the supplies, the airbrush I like and the stencil plastic I like. I get all these questions usually when I'm doing this type of a tutorial, so I have the little kind of supply list there. So the purse, I'm going to do it two ways. So here it is. This one is white and it's dry, obviously. And here I'm resting again. I mirrored my zebra print, and I thought it looked nice on the purse having a, like it was not just lines going all the way across, that it had a center point. So I'm using magnets to weight it down. I had trouble because of the handle fitting it in a stencil holder. Everything wasn't the right size.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to leave it there, and then I'm going to airbrush it in black. So you want to hit, when you're working in black, less is more. You layer so that you try and not get too much under spray. And if you're hitting from the side, well, the color tends to get underneath your plastic. So if you're hitting from the top, right, then it's landing right straight down and you're not getting so much of the color going under the plastic. And the more like heavy you go, well, then again, you'll get the under smush, I call it. Build, well, it has time to dry by the time you come back on it, right?
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be jet black. So airbrush color does get on your lips when you're eating these cookies.
It gets in your nose, no?
I'm sorry, what, Han?
When you're airbrushing, it also gets in your nose.
Yeah.
You know what I found, honestly, is these little wireless airbrushes, the pressure is not as strong as like the big heavy compressor ones. I don't find that it's as much of a problem getting the food color up your nose with this. So that's a concern.
Did you put straight color in there, or did you dilute it with something?
No, this is just straight black, but I'm not pulling my trigger all the way.
Okay.
I'm just lightly adding my black to it, and now we're going to lift it off, and there we have our beautiful zebra print.
Oh, that looks so good, and that was so fast too.
Yes. So I did on the shoe here, and I just wanted to show you, if your line isn't,
oh, look at that.
Oh, that is pretty.
Wow.
If your line isn't super sharp, you can come in and pipe over it. So you have this exact guideline, and you can easily follow it. Here I did it in pink, but you could do it in, oh my gosh, so many different color palettes. And this is in the first tutorial. I have the template to make the little pocket. So you can pick the pocket you want to put on your purse here, you see, or this one here, the little buckle. Which one do I stick? This one or this one?
I love the one with the little gold button.
Yeah, I have to say I like that one too, and it shows a bit more the zebra.
Oh, so these templates are in your coffee shop.
Yes, so the animal print is separate from the purse. The purse has the lizard skin.
Okay.
The reptile skin version. So you just press it on gently. And the other thing that I made, and it's up to you if you want to put, you can put a little bow. You know, there's so many little accent things you could add. And so here's the zebra. And now let's do a leopard.
Can you talk about that bow? What is that?
So I'll decorate one after I have it. But this is a bow cookie. Here it is. I have the cutter in the supply list. So if you want to find that, it's there. The seller of that particular cookie cutter is listed on that supply list. If you want to be able to find it. And again, here's the leopard print. And it's a print that you see it's got a mirror. It's kind of, you know what it reminds me of, you know, those shrink ink splotches, you know, that they would fold and see, to see what you saw, or what exactly that diagnosis, but we saw it in the movies. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean,
the handle is licorice, right?
That's right. So it's just brown now. So this was gold, the gold icing. So not gold metallic, gold the color. Americolor has an icing.
We have several questions about, I guess that's your next project, Giraffe print.
Oh, yeah. Do you have Giraffe?
Oh, no, I didn't do Giraffe. I didn't do Giraffe. I tried the tiger, and I didn't find that it was different enough from the zebra, so I didn't bother.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just change the color on that one.
Yeah. So I'm just doing some brown on this one. I'm going to weight it down again. Because it's so big, it's hard to put in the holder. So you don't have to go super, super heavy. So there it is. And now the black. And the thing that's great about this particular stencil, you know, sometimes I've had trouble with my alignment to know where to put it. Well, because it's a mirror, that's not a problem in this particular case.
So this is a double stencil. How neat.
It is a double stencil. So I'm just aligning. I'm kind of looking to make sure that I'm aligning properly. And now I'm going to grab my black. And be careful which one you grab before I grab the wrong color. And now I'm coming in with my black, and the black kind of dots align on top of the brown. And you're just layering the two stencils. And this is like what kind of gives it the more kind of leopard look.
And you're just using magnets to hold down the stencil?
I am. Because, like, normally I think I would use the holder, but just because of the size right now, it's not allowing me to do that really well. That handle impedes the holder too.
Cynthia is asking how large is the cookie?
It's 6 inches. It's for a gift, you know, format. It's not so big, like it's not a giant thing. I find that it's, you know, manageable. And so if your color is a little bit wet, you can actually, depending here, it worked on the other one. You can pat, you see this brush? I don't even know what this is made out of, but they're like, it's a kitchen thing. And you just like dragging it over, and it worked particularly on this one. And it just gave it more of a fur look.
Oh yeah,
like
that's cool.
So here, I just wanted to show here, I had a hiccup here. My stencil jumped. And so this is where you add things. You're like, oh, you know, this is so, you just put a little decorative element and then nobody knows. And here, like I thought about this pocket, but then it hides a lot of your kind of details. So it's really up to you what you want to add there. But I kind of like it just like this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Another one of my gold ones that I have left over.
That gold button is just so realistic. I love that.
So I'm just going to move it. So this is kind of like a gray. So I'm just going to darken it with the airbrush so that it matches a bit better. And I find that when you make your stuff like dark gray and then you come in with the black, well, it gives it less of a flat look. It looks a little bit more dimensional.
Yeah.
What is the button again?
It's a gold like M&M type candy thing. It's it's a cake supply thing. So instead of like a pearl, it's more like really an M&M shape, but it's metallic.
It's really
pretty. Jeremy is saying that you're showing off.
I am. Sorry.
How is the licorice attached?
It's embedded. It's in the tutorial of the purse. That's on the.
Oh, okay.
So yes. So you can get the full tutorial on how to create the purses on Marlene's template shop, coffee.com/.
So this is not like I didn't think this completely through when I made the cookie. So this is very dark chocolate, and then I'm coming in with black icing. So it doesn't give for much of a contrast, but like I didn't really know what color I was going to decorate them when I made them. So maybe don't put black icing on a chocolate cookie. It's just kind of lacks a bit of.
Angie is asking if this is also in your school cookie school page.
It is.
It is.
And so I'm just adding here these little lines in the middle of the bow. This is to give like the look of pleats. Some write those on top, but the pleat on top I find looks peculiar. I like it better like that when it creates like a dimple, like an actual pleat in a thing, right?
Nancy, you can see the name of the website on the screen.
I'm going to put a link in the
With the
comments.
full
There we
detail
go.
there. Okay, you're gonna put the link. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm going to put the link so they can click on it.
Thanks.
Okay, so this is,
And so I just outlined that little bow. So just normally I like to do everything in one consistency, but just because of the way that the bow is and that everything was so dark, I did let it dry and then I'm filling it. And I didn't go jet black just because it was so dark. So it's like a really dark charcoal gray, but not quite black. And you don't want to cut a hole too big, just so that you can inject basically the icing in between these little flaps here, so that you can kind of press it in. And then once you're done, you can kind of make the hole bigger for your other sections. But you see, this way I can really like get in between the little pleats that I created. And then you can kind of bump up the icing, and the pleat kind of holds that icing down and creates like a dimpling. It's a, it really like pulls, it makes it rounded right there.
Olga, my recipe is in my coffee shop.
So you see the little, I don't know if they, can you see it? See the dimple?
Yes, we do see.
Yeah, that's really cool.
These little bows, like if you get like these types of little cookies, they work for so many different projects. Like this bow, you could put it on the handle of an Easter basket, on just about like any girly project. You could put it on a square cookie and make a gift. It's one of those cute shapes, you know, that you could use again and again and again.
So we have a question about pricing. Bobby is asking about pricing chocolate cookies. Will you charge more for chocolate cookies than sugar cookies because of the cocoa powder ingredient?
I think that you need to think about how many you're doing. Like if you're just doing a few, maybe not bother, I guess, you know, like you can kind of like average it out. What do you think, Amber? Like,
I mean, I would say that you should probably always just consider the cost of your ingredients, but yeah, so that's something you would probably have to create some kind of document for yourself so you can keep track of all the different ingredients that you're using. There's like software that can help you cost out recipes, but I think it's easy enough just to
do the math,
do the calculations yourself.
Because this is very expensive cocoa. This particular cocoa is very chocolate. So, you know, there's different qualities. And so you can, you know, that's also like a factor. If you get like just kind of Costco cocoa, it's not that much. And it depends also how much your recipe takes.
So Carla is asking, how do you keep your icing shiny once dry? We do talk about this a lot, but if you wanted to touch
in my case, I don't really consciously do anything. I think it might be just the fact that it dries pretty quickly, and I think meringue powder in some cases does impact the sheen. My meringue powder has, like, I mean, I just buy it and I don't have much of a role in that, but it dries well.
So I would say if you are in a humid or area, or if it's too wet or something, just try to increase the air circulation using fans and things like that to expedite the drying process. As longer it takes to dry, duller usually realizing looks. So
the great thing about airbrushing on a chocolate cookie is you don't really see the overspray. You see, now if I was airbrushing black like this on a vanilla cookie, it would look like a hot mess. But because it's on a chocolate cookie, they don't see that, right? And I can just now come in and add a little knot. I had put icing like as a base there when I did my initial lines, knowing that I was going to want to come and add a knot. And I like it better when the knot is a bit dimensional like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Being flat kind of looks more like a
I like the fact that it's dark cookie, actually.
You do?
I do too, yeah.
So this is another bow that I have. You see, you could put it on the back of the shoe.
Oh, how cute.
Put it on the front of
Where
the
is this? Is this also from Amazon? Is it listed in your list of
this one, I didn't have the vendor for this particular one, but you just look up for a mini bow. Etsy has a ton of different little bows. Most 3D cutter places can print almost in any size. And so I thought that was a cute little accent cookie. If ideally you can stick it in the wet icing, then it like really embeds in there and kind of even tilts. So I like it almost better when it's like that than if it's like straight on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can package it with your little purse set.
That is just too cute.
If you want to have the bow on the purse, the bow on the shoes. I mean, you could get real creative with your designs. Oh, I had cut out.
Thank you, Susan.
I had cut out a different. So again, because I was preparing last minute, of course, things always like happen when you're prepping last minute. For my stencil, and I already work with very thin plastic. It's in my supply list, the plastic that I use. And see, some of it didn't cut through. You see, like some of the holes aren't cut through. So you ideally, after you've cut your stencil, if you can lift off only one corner, don't unload it from the cutting machine. Just lift up the corner and see if it cut well before you unload it, because sometimes you can send the job back in, and if you haven't unloaded it, it's going to be perfectly aligned and recut so that you don't waste a piece of plastic. So here,
yeah, I had to do that yesterday. I think my blade is already a little dull.
It doesn't take long.
Yeah.
I saw, oh, this is the wrong color. I saw a thing where they were cutting on aluminum foil to sharpen their.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Have you seen that?
Oh, thank you, Roseanne. That's so sweet. I did not see that, but that's a really interesting tip.
Has anybody tried that? Cutting with the aluminum foil to sharpen your silhouette for your Cricut blade?
Yeah, let us know.
I have not, but I have seen it. I think we talked about that somebody used the foil to sharpen. Oh, sharpen, you know what? It was the punches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they used punches to sharpen the blade.
Is there a recipe?
Because I always thought that the aluminum foil is going to dull the blade.
Yeah, me too.
Do you have a recipe for that dark chocolate cookie?
Yeah, that's in the coffee too.
Okay, so go to Marlon's Coffee Shop. The link is in the comments, and it's also up on the screen there.
And also, Donna has a good question. When you are using different colors with your airbrush, are you using multiple airbrushes, or do you use one airbrush and wash the color out?
No, the thing is it depends how everybody works different. If you don't airbrush a lot and you just do it here and there, then you're probably fine with one, but I airbrush a lot and then I do the videos and everything. So I have 4, and I find that it's just easier. You're not constantly like, and when you're washing out your airbrush, you're wasting your product, right? It's going down the drain. So
Thank you, Caitlin.
Thank you.
We also have a question. The stencils that Marlon is using, are they make it with the Cricut?
That's with a silhouette.
Silhouette.
So it's similar to the Cricut.
It is a similar machine. I just opted when I was shopping around to get a silhouette. Whatever your preference is. And so you can do the shoe, the whole thing. I find that having the shoe like a full color kind of helps with the stenciling, because if you're like finicky about the details, well, when you buy shoes that have a pattern, the shoe doesn't usually align perfectly with the heel doesn't, you know what I mean? Like it's 2 fabrications, and there's usually like a difference between the heel and the rest of the shoe. I find this way it just kind of like breaks it up. And when stuff's got a pattern on it, it's a lot. This way, I don't know, I find it just kind of.
Do you wear heels, Mar?
Not anymore. not anymore. I
Do
gave
you
them,
remember?
I
What'd you do with your heels?
I gave them up when I stopped dyeing my hair.
Yeah, no, I stopped wearing them because they hurt my back a lot. So I wear them like I wear like boots with really low heels sometimes, but not the high ones like I used to.
You see, this would be cute, like the design, never mind the leopard, but like for a wedding, you could do the heel and the bow in, let's say, just white and then glitter up the front, or there's just, that cookie cutter is copper. It's a nice cutter. I have the link is in the supply list. They sell, it's, I always not know how to say their name, Ekrandel?
I don't know if I've heard of that.
Ekrandel, no? Ekrandel?
Anyway. And so they sell copper cutters, and their stuff is really cute. Here, this one here, you can see I brushed this one. Can you see at all?
Oh yeah,
I can see the fur.
Like I was trying to see if it would make it look.
Yeah, it's like a fur effect.
Yes, the video will be on replay.
Yes, Nancy, the video is available. All the videos, all the lives are available in the live gallery on Facebook and YouTube.
That's it. So that's it, I guess. Do you want to? I can.
Okay, Jeremy, we are very surprised, I guess.
So, Han, tell me what's happening right now. Eh?
Oh, Caitlin has the leopard pumps like that. Excellent.
Oh, cool.
So, Han, what's happening now?
What's happening now? Well, I don't know. We're going to have a split screen. So, remember, Jeremy, how I was saying that everything, you know, the camera angle, so be ready for a really weird setup. Again, technical difficulties, something going on with the USB cable, a USB port or something.
Oh.
So hopefully you'll see what I'm doing.
Jennifer, the fur effect, she gently brushed the leopard print when it was wet, so it kind of like gives a little bit of texture.
Yeah, with a pastry brush.
It's a bit big, eh, on this one?
A little big.
No, why not? No, Lady Gaga would wear it.
That's true.
No, I like the bigger one.
Do the big one. Do the big one.
I like the bigger one.
Let me put more icing back on it.
I think I like the bigger one. Sometimes it's nice to have a
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cute.
Nothing wrong with a big ball in a bag.
If you're gonna do it, a tip that I had seen at CookieCon is if you're doing the small cookies, ideally roll them thinner, and they just are more proportionate. So if you can roll your small and then obviously don't bake them like you would bake your other cookies, but if they're thinner, it just fits better when you're going to do something like this. And then also it's just less heavy, you know, and so you can kind of glue them on.
Yeah,
and
that's a really good tip.
And ideally put it in the wet icing. Don't stick it because it's going to be very flat. This way it kind of like really gets in there, and you can see it makes a really cute little set. Here you have your bag and your
adorable for Mother's Day, for bridal shower, girls' nights out, right? For anything, for so many different occasions.
With the little,
and you can fill it with things.
Oh yeah, you put a little gift card, you know, wrap the gift card and put it in, and have like, here, let me get the other ones. You can see there. This is the. Let me switch the camera.
My favorite.
The little purse, so you can put stuff in it.
So what's the plan? Are you going to give these to someone, or is this?
They're not real. Like, not anybody I like. There's somebody I hate here. Has to steal cookies.
So they're fantastic.
Yeah, I love that.
So that's it. Yeah, it's just a fun project, and it's really like, honestly, like, it's a beginner project because you could do whatever you want. Like, this is sanding sugar. It's not a super piping detailed thing. And put it together as a box. So it's very magical.
Hey, Amy. So beautiful. Hey. Sally says, the comments are coming too fast. Sally says that it's just awesome.
So I'm on time.
Yay.
Oh, where is it? Here is this. Yeah, that would be so
Oh
cool.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, hey, June.
Hi, June.
How is Charleston? June is traveling. I was traveling to Charleston.
Oh,
All
how
right, so I'm
nice.
gonna attempt. So guys, don't be scared. There is a portion of the screen appears it's green. It's only because, like I said, there are some difficulties. But you can see my cookie, right?
Yeah.
So you should be okay. All right, so I'm gonna start off by showing you somewhere here how I make a template. Like now, I don't have a silhouette. How do I? Should I leave it this way, or do we put it on a big screen?
I think the big would be idea. Like here, let me switch this there. But
There
if
you
you
go.
want to show your pictures,
Yes, so today I'm going to show you how to decorate some of these board cookies. Now, I don't have a stencil cutter like Marlene or Amber has, so I usually resort to making my own templates from cardstock, or I also use the Mylar, is it pronounced? So this is a soccer ball that I made, and this is available also on coffee.com. And I also use the same technique to create a volleyball template, basketball template, baseball, and tennis ball. And all of these are available in a bundle for $5 for 24 hours. And these are some of the supplies are also listed on coffee.com. It's a clickable PDF when you go on the site, and it will take you to some of the items that I use to create the cookies and to decorate. So let me show you. This is a template, and I printed this on cardstock, and it's a 3-inch template. So you want to make sure that you use the correct book size cookie cutter. You could obviously, I guess, make it bigger and use it with a different size cookie cutter if you wanted to. I'm going to cut out all the shapes with an X on it. You can use scissors, but you also need X-Acto knife, because you can get everywhere using scissors. Make sure that you use some kind of a cutting board underneath, so you don't do this on your, grandmother's dining room table and you don't ruin it. Now, oftentimes when you're using the X-Acto knife and you're pressing down with your index finger, it hurts like hell.
Oh,
So Marlene had suggested years ago, I think you said that somebody is using, what's the thing called? The seamstress.
it would wrap the blade with a Band-Aid.
Oh, with the band. Okay, well then I just ended up using the liner, and it worked really well. So my finger didn't really hurt that much. And I'm going to create short slits. That's the red line that you see. And these are going to be really useful. We're going to use a marker and trace the outlines on a cookie. So that's how you can make a template out of cardstock, and you would use the same technique with the Mylar material as well.
Super fast.
It is quite fast, I think. I mean, if you don't have a stencil cutter, or if you don't want to invest in one, or you are in a pinch, you can really. Right. So I
think it's worth the effort, because then you save a lot of time trying to figure out the cookie, right? Because if you have to draw that.
So I actually couldn't find cardstock here in Spain for some reason. So I ended up, this is actually a photo paper Epson that I used, but then I found the cardstock. So this is the one that you saw in the video. And now all you have to do is you place it on your cookie. You see how perfectly my cookies bake? This is the first time you see, Mar, I used the mat.
Oh,
yeah.
So this is a perforated mat that I used today. Marlene had recommended these last year. I had bought them, but I never used them with cookies. And they, oh my goodness, they're fantastic. They really held their shape nicely. So you want to position your template on a cookie, and now we're gonna just start with edible marker. I'm using, this is Baker Pen. It's also listed in a live supply list on
and that's in the coffee shop. Yeah, I put the link in the comments, so you'll be able to click on that.
And again, for those of you who are joining us, the reason you're seeing green screen because I'm having some technical difficulties, but hopefully you're still able to see what I'm doing.
You can see.
Oops, okay, so I forgot. So now you want to mark the sections that are going to be black and they are going to be white. So on the soccer ball, pentagons are black. So this is a pentagon. So I'm just going to, you can do a dot, and hexagons are white. Now this doesn't look like much, right? So if you need a little help, you can connect these, or you can just go ahead and start decorate. I'm going to connect these just so you can see how everything comes together. Now, soccer balls are not something that I would decorate frequently, simply because they take so much time to do.
Yeah.
You could use stencils and airbrush, but I just don't feel like the airbrush does the soccer ball design justice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's nice.
Now we've got did I? Let's see. Okay, very well. All right, so now important thing about royal icing. So I'm gonna be using white and black, obviously, but you could easily, I mean, swap up the colors and make something really colorful and fun. And I'm going to start with black. And I would say this is about 20-second consistency. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to outline everything. Except, obviously, I'm not gonna go around the edge. I'm gonna leave the edge blank.
Okay.
And you want this line to be on a thicker side.
Well, this is technically like that green cookie you had done, right? It's like quilting, kind of.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Did you put the perforated baking mat in the supply list?
I did not. My bad.
We'll have to add that. Because I just started using it too. It's so awesome.
I am making a full or partially full stop at the corners here. I didn't think it was gonna bake that well. I really honestly thought it was going to spread or something, but they baked so nicely.
Mm-hmm.
I only have 2 mats. Do you have more?
I got, I think I got 4, just because my oven takes 3 cookie sheets. So I figured I'd have to like rotate, you know, like usually I'm pulling one out, the other one goes in type thing. I can have 4 cookies.
I need to get my scribe tool. You see, this icing is pretty thick, so you want to agitate the icing while it's still wet. Problem with these soccer balls is that they take so much time because you have to do each little section individually.
Right.
So now we're moving and we're going to the outer edge. So I'm gonna start here. And you want to, like I said, use thicker icing. I would say 25 consistency, 25-second consistency, or around there.
It's what's going to give it the more realistic kind of soft.
Yeah, puffy look, yes. And like I said, this is rather time consuming. So I don't know if I'll finish. Because I also want to show you how to do a baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But you would ice all of these sections with black, and then you have to let it crust for a little bit. And then you come in with the white, and you just fill in the sections with white.
So, Han.
Oh, did I just mess up?
Do they, when you put the templates, did you link your YouTube video in it?
Well, for the YouTube video, I only had soccer ball cookies. I haven't done, did I just mess up? I think I messed up with my own template.
It's okay.
Yes, I think this should have been black.
So show them how to fix it.
Okay, yes, I will. I will. I will. I think yes. I think this should have been black, right? I got so excited for it. So this should have been. This is going to be white. So this is a handy tool, boo-boo stick or one 2-in-1 tool.
Are you gonna do the tennis ball as a tutorial at some point?
Yes, I was going to actually show how to do it today. I have it prepared. So if you guys want to see the tennis ball, we can move on tennis ball. But let me just quickly show you how to.
Cookie surgery.
Yes.
Yes, cookie surgery.
See, I made a mistake. So it's this one, this one, this one. So every other one. Yes, it does happen. So let's continue with the correct one. Now the tennis ball was really fun, I have to say. Somebody had asked me to do a tennis ball years ago, and I was like, it's such a there's nothing much to it, right? But I had so much fun making my own, it's not a sanding sugar that I created. It's like powdered sugar that I use granulated sugar that I pulverized with food coloring, creating super fine texture, and it creates like a felt almost.
Yeah, the texture is so cool. Jennifer's having trouble printing her templates. Maybe you can just send us an email.
Yeah.
A message through Coffee, and we'll try to help you. We might need to email them to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's necessary.
2-second conversation about templates. So if you're a beginner with regards to, kind of images on your computer, well, PDF is normally used for documents, and usually that'll print to size. It'll print like, let's say, a PDF document. I'll format some of them like that. But other templates, I usually will put them in a JPEG form so that you can size them accordingly to the cutter that you own. So these are kind of things, depending on your setup, how you produce your templates and stuff.
Oh, you do JPEGs as well? I only do PDF.
Well, it's because if you're doing different sizes, sometimes the size that you set on PDF doesn't apply, right? What do you remember? What are you setting?
That is true. That is true. I always, I guess there is a way going around it, but I haven't thought that not everybody.
I've just been doing JPEGs and then the studio files for the Silhouette machine.
Yeah, that's it. If I know, for example, Royal Icing transfers and the sheet's already all multiple sizes, and I just want to make sure that it prints well, I'll save it to PDF and load it to PDF. Well, that's it. If you're having problems, you maybe watch a YouTube video about printing JPEGs, maybe.
Okay, so now you're gonna have to let this crust, and then you can fill in the white. But I'm just going to do it right away, just so or should I wait? Maybe I'll move this aside, and I'm gonna do the tennis ball.
I thought PDF worked for people even if they didn't own Adobe. I wonder if that's an issue.
Maybe that's a good question. It might not even open.
PDF? So you can create PDF in Word. I mean, what do you mean?
Well, if you don't have Adobe installed on your computer, can you open a PDF?
Yes, you should be. No, I mean I don't know.
Well, I think you at least need the reader.
Yes, you do need some kind of a reader. I mean, Word, you can create PDF in Word. Anyway, to make the tennis ball cookie. So here's the finished tennis ball cookie. You see, and so I created a template to make the design, the pattern. Obviously,
I'm imagining ants walking on it, like little ants, like little black dots with little legs. Just it's such a nice.
And what I did, I spread a thin layer of white icing. I also used this brush. I use this brush. You can also use a small spatula. This is from Wilton. It's also listed in the bundle in a Livestream supplies. It's a really good set of brushes from Wilton. And now I'm going to use my scribe tool to very gently scratch the surface of icing underneath.
Yeah, studio files are only for if you have the stencil cutter, So if you don't have that, then you won't be able to open the studio file. So that's why we include either the JPEG or the PDF of the same template.
Transfer, I guess it didn't really transfer. Press harder, or I'm gonna use a marker. So for these things, you can also use a marker. It's not coming. You can, you know.
But don't use a black one, right?
I am using a gray marker though. This is it's sold as silver gray, but people also often get upset because it's not really silver. But if you think about it, gray comes in different shades, so I think that is referring to the gray, that it's like a silver gray, but it's not metallic. Okay.
But that's a really nice light gray. I like that marker. I have it.
Well, if you're trying to make very discrete guidelines,
it's almost like a pencil, but
yes,
a marker. Yeah,
that's the reason you can't even see it. Can you see it?
It's hard. No, I can't see it.
It's hard to see.
But can you see it?
That's what it's a matter.
I can see it, but it's not like, because the light here is kind of odd.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if you don't have a gray marker, could they use a yellow one? Because people are more likely to have
use a yellow one.
Yeah, I think that's probably.
Okay, so first I have to show you the dust I made. So I pulverized everything. This is a granulated sugar that I pulverized with some neon food coloring, electric food coloring. I used electric green and then also yellow.
So that's sugar.
This is sugar, yes. It's essentially like powdered sugar, like maybe like super fine sugar, I would say.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to pull out cookie dough, like cookies. I thought that's what you had done, is like your mom.
No, I wanted like a felt kind of a texture, and I think Manu cookies, she had done powdered sugar, but I wasn't successful with powdered sugar. It didn't do anything. I was pulverizing powdered sugar and it wouldn't blend together with food coloring. So that's why I opted for this instead. All right, so I've got my color here, and I also use the same colors to color my icing, electric green and yellow. If you don't have electric green and electric yellow, what you can do, you can color your royal icing with just lemon yellow, make it super bright yellow, and then just add like a touch of green, even leaf green, and you will be able to get like this nice bright yellow color. Okay. So this is going to be also decorated in sections. I'm gonna ice this section, middle, and then the outer section. Try not to ice the sections, the little channel, but that's what's going to create that tennis ball.
So, Han, did you eat one of these cookies? I'm curious about the sweetness.
What?
Because I said.
No, but I have been like dipping my finger in the sugar.
No, but
I would think that if you add sugar to your already sweet cookie, it's gonna make it pretty sweet.
Yeah, but sanding sugar is also sweet.
Yeah.
And you just decorated the whole purse with it, no? So I mean, I don't think
this is not my commentary. I'm just asking a question that was.
No, I don't think it's going to make it a lot sweeter, because it's super fine sugar. It's not like you're putting a lot of sugar on it.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No.
The technique is it just looks so realistic, the texture, that it's like.
I don't think it will make it any sweeter. And if you find that it does, I mean, you could.
These are all fun projects. Father's Day's coming. You guys put this in your like to-do list, and like you could pair them with a little gift card, or like whatever for your dad or your husband. Maybe bake some cookies with your kids. These are cute for the gift. Okay? A lot of men play tennis.
Yep, my husband loves tennis.
Yeah. It's one of the.
Me too. I love watching it.
Yeah. Well, I thought about like the sports that kids learn. Like, how many sports do that's carried on for adult life? You know what I mean? Like, not too many grown men at the soccer field is my point. Like.
Oh, yes, I guess, yes. But tennis, you have to be pretty fit to play tennis.
Yes,
With your
but I
back.
mean, it's one of those sports that adults can, play.
Yeah. Nicole, I have a tutorial for this on my blog at sweetamps.com and on my YouTube channel. You're already on YouTube, so it's there. I did that a few years ago.
And then you have one for the thing that's really popular now, gardening.
Gardening, yeah. Because last year my husband was so into gardening, so I decided I would make gardening cookies for Father's Day. Something a little different.
The ones you did, they were for Father's Day?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were for sure for Mother's Day. All right, so now I don't have a spoon here, so I'm just going to, you don't want to like overload it, but.
Oh, so it's just a very light, you don't even need that. Oh, there you go.
So much for trying to go light.
Well,
and then what you do, you shake off the excess.
Amazing.
And that's what you have.
And it blends perfectly with the green stripe.
Oh, yes.
What? Oh, it does, yes. Oh gosh, yes, it does. So this is super simple. I haven't done the tennis racket, but that should be really cool as well. But look, these are two cookies that I decorated. This one had the lighter base, and this one has darker. You see how much darker this is, the one that is on the left? So this one had more yellow. My base icing, my pot icing was more yellow. I think I preferred this one, but I guess, I don't know, it's like yellowish, greenish color.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's a slight difference.
So that's the tennis ball. And now I guess I'm going to show you quickly how to do the baseball, because that's super popular sport.
Isn't it? What is the slogan? America's pastime? Is it
That's it.
American?
It's super popular, but no offense, I think it's boring as hell.
Yeah, I don't watch it. So
I don't watch it. I think if you are at maybe at the stadium, you get like the hype and everything, but watching it home was a torture.
I must.
What you do? But I do love watching soccer, I would say. So what you do, you take your template. You could just cut this off. That would be a whole lot easier with the scissors, and just place it on a cookie and make 2 lines, and then ice these, let those crust, and then ice the middle. Okay? And you have to let it dry. Now, I know this is not a traditional approach to baseball cookies, because usually you see them iced like this, fully iced. And then people usually just make the lines and make the stitching. But because I like to complicate things, I created this design many years ago because I felt like it would look more realistic.
Yeah.
So that's why I divided the cookie into 3 sections. And now, Marlene, would be really helpful if you could hand me the airbrush. My airbrush is in the basement. Yesterday, I nearly
just put some cocoa powder on your fingers.
I have actually brought these. So if you don't have, so this was airbrushed with some brown just to create some scuffing, and I also airbrushed the seams. Okay. Now, if you don't have an airbrush, you have 2 options. You can either leave it plain, let it go, and forget about it, or you can also use, and these are some edible dust that you can use. This is, I think, Wilton Brown, and these both are also Wilton. This is like dark green and this lime green. So I'm going to use dark green. You could also use edible marker.
Cocoa powder hand works great.
I haven't, maybe your cocoa powder is better, like I haven't had it does work, but I feel like it's not going so much into the pores of the icing. Maybe your cocoa powder is probably like different, quality or something. I don't know. What you can also do, you can use edible marker and run it across the seam, maybe in areas, and then take very, very lightly damp brush and blend it in. That's another thing you can do. But I'm going to use the brush.
throw them under the fridge and then pull them out. They'll be nice and
That too. So I'm going to use, these are similar brushes. This is a lot finer. This is from Borderlands Bakery. This one, it's really nice. So I'm going to try and, so you don't want to add too much cocoa powder, just a little bit. Okay, not too much. Not cocoa powder. See, now you got me. I've got cocoa powder in here. All right, so I think maybe I added a little much. Let's see. So basically, yes, Marlene is right. You could do this easily with cocoa powder. If you have it, like I said, the brand I'm using, I guess it's not
And this is
pigmented enough or something.
yeah. When you use the Wilton, they call it color dust. And
Color dust, yes. This is a color dust, yes.
It's not.
I mean, it's not the same as the airbrush. I mean, obviously, the airbrush just gives it really like more realistic look. But for what we are doing today, I think it's gonna be enough. Like I said, Marlene would have to borrow me her airbrush. I need to get one of those.
the little wireless one, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is it's one of those things that you don't have, like, it's just.
I was looking at the one you have listed in the coffee today, the black one. It's $55 or something. It's not that cheap.
I think it's even less if you order from AliExpress.
Okay. All right. So now I wanted to create really realistic stitching. I don't know if it's visible here or not. Can you see?
Yes.
Little dots.
Oh, your black dot with the whole.
Yeah, so it's an extra step because, you know, you have so much time on your hands, guys. So I'm going to use, these are both brown markers. One is Food Doodler, and one is, you can really see it's Sweet Sugar Bell. These are both brown. This one, I mean, hopefully it's going to have enough color. So what I do, I make little dots. Now, if any of you thought that baseball cookie is a simple cookie, now think again.
You were wrong.
You were totally wrong.
I think that's it. It's all about the level of detail and how much time you have. Like, obviously, Hannah's going, like, this is a demo, and you could certainly simplify if you need to make 1,000, you know, you want to edit and work accordingly.
Absolutely. And now for the stitching, I'm just using red real icing. To cut the bag, I'm using tipless bags. These are also listed, and we get, all of us, we get tons of questions about these. So they're also listed in coffee shop in the supply list for this live.
So this is
Now,
exactly.
I always struggle, you know what I always struggle with? The angling. Like, is it, like I always think it's, you know, like, that they should all be facing the same side, but it's not. All right, so ideally you want to place the dot so it's not covering up, not the line, the stitching, so it's not covering up the dot you made. And it's raining here.
Oh, here too.
Oh, is it still raining? It's raining.
Well, they say what? April showers. They better end soon. Well, here in some areas it was snow actually.
Yeah, there was snow here too. Not where I live, but in the mountains.
Yeah, no thanks. I'll pass.
You don't have any more snow, ground snow?
brown snow.
Brown.
At the mall, there is brown snow. The big pile from the the parking lot. When
Yeah.
they pile it up and pile it up and pile it up, it's so huge that it lasts, forever. It's a giant mountain of sludge.
Yeah.
It's just gross. They eventually send a tractor in to break it up.
Okay.
Batter's up.
Yep.
Awesome.
Score. Oh, each time is up. Okay.
Look at you.
Right on
I
time.
had one more plan, but it's okay. I think everybody knows what a basketball looks like. I also wanted to tell you that you could use, like, not everybody has time to obviously do these elaborate things where you have to flood every section separately. So what you can do, you can also use the template and pipe on top of it and just pipe the black.
I see. Yeah.
It will save you some time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a hard time figuring out where I should put it, so it's okay. You see there is a little dimpling here, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about that. So that's you can also do that. If you don't want to do the sections, you could ice the cookie, let it dry, and then trace the template outlines on the icing, and then just plot the pentagons, and you should be good to go.
Those look so awesome.
And I've seen, like, because I remember when I'd shop for my son when he was younger, you can Google balls and see, like, maybe, in your area, like, there's a different color things. Like, you can get the soccer balls are custom. You can get pink ones. Like, each little section is a different thing. Like, it doesn't have to be black and white. You can kind of.
Exactly. That's a good idea. That's exactly. You could even, I think you could even airbrush it. You could let them, like, if you wanted, you could start with white and airbrush it with, like, some fun girly design,
Here, Sandra has a great idea.
Put a bow on the dimple. Yes.
Yep.
yes, that's an excellent idea. So this is a basketball, another variation where you create the line and then you can also do the basket, the netting. You could also airbrush the basketball to give it a more realistic look. Use orange airbrush color and just airbrush it around the edges a little bit if you wanted to. And there are so many different ways you can decorate these. Really, you can make them as simple as as you can, or you can complicate them and go over the top. I've seen the basketballs done with lots of little dots piped all over, which they take quite a lot of time to do.
Yeah.
You could also do.
That's a future project for Amber.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. So this is, and I think Kali from Sweet Sugar Belle. I don't know what is this fabric called, or like this is plastic.
I don't know. Is it like a bag for onions?
Yeah, it's like something like that. But this has, if you have a tension loop, you would put it in the tension loop, and you could airbrush your cookies with it. But I felt like this had too big of holes in it, and you could airbrush your cookie, give it the texture that it has. The real basketball.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, that's another thing. Okay, so I'm out.
That was awesome.
Very good, Han. So if you guys are in.
Apologies again because of the green screen, but.
Oh, well, c'est la vie. Things happen, technical. So these are all the balls that she made today. You'll find that in her coffee shop. If you want to purchase those, the supply list. I also have my supply list. Amber, you have your, you say more than the filigree today?
I didn't put anything new this week, but I've got just my filigree, my eyelet lace, my octopus, and then like the wallpaper photos. So those are all $2 through tomorrow.
Awesome. And I have, again, I'll just mention my class on May 1st. If you're looking for a fun Mother's Day,
gorgeous,
just occasion to hang out. So this is a platter. It all goes together. It's like a big puzzle. It makes a giant flower. So it's just
perfect for Mother's Day, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do they get a template so they can cut it out, or how does
I think that I don't know that they're giving templates because those are cutters, and so they own, like, you know what I mean? Like, then you're kind of like stealing the person's cutter. You know what I mean? I don't know what the etiquette would be on that. You know, they're selling a cookie cutter.
And it's on May 1st.
It's on May 1st, yeah.
So guys, you need to go ahead and sign up for Marlene's class. She's amazing.
And the worst case, we'll just goof around if we're.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. Guys, you need to go and sign up. It's on Global Belly. Do we have a link? Do we have a link?
The Global Belly link was on the picture. There it is.
Okay, let me, I'm going to.
Yeah, put a clickable one in the
If
comment.
I can get the clickable link. Because,
right.
yeah, it's hard to.
But anyway. So thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll have the templates up for the $2 until tomorrow. So 24 hours to give everybody on replay a chance to purchase them. And if you want to catch any of the previous lives, they're saved also on our Facebook and on YouTube. You can rewatch all the previous live streams where we do all kinds of.
Okay, so this is, I'm just putting in the comments everywhere Marlene's class for the platter for Mother's Day. And it's only $35, right?
Exactly.
And what is it going to do?
It's really a bargain. It's only for 35. I was going to.
Instead of just watching us all the time, you know, they just watch us. Now they get to actually like do it too. So
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, so that's fun.
You get to interact. It's a live where you're actually doing something too, right?
Yeah, I'm doing one this weekend. On Sunday, I have a class.
Yes, yes, yes. I remember now, but hers is sold out, so don't go look for it. But can they sign up for notifications when a new one is posted, though?
So the thing that I do is I send out a notification first to my patrons when I have a class, so they get the first dibs on the spots, and then I send out a newsletter. So if you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get on that list to be notified.
On your blog.
Yeah.
Is that on the blog? Okay.
Oh, I wanted to, Jennifer, the texture on the tennis ball, the sugar, it really took, like, use the mixer. I mean, you just watch it. I mean, you just watch it until it goes to powder. Yeah, it's not like rocket science. Yeah, you just pulverize it until it becomes powder. That's all.
Okay. Well, thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
See you next week. Oh, and if you want to join me on Tuesdays, I'm on with Amy for cookie therapy. So see you guys next Friday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.